All right, welcome back for another deep dive.
Yeah.
Today we're cracking open The 10X Rule by Grant Cardone.
Oh, good one.
This book is all about going big, way bigger than you think,
Right.
to achieve those outrageous goals.
Wow.
We've got your notes and highlights ready to go, so let's get into it.
You know, this book really throws down the gauntlet.
Okay.
It's not just about setting bigger goals.
Right.
It's about taking massive action.
Okay.
10 times what you think is necessary.
Okay. I'm intrigued, but also a little terrified.
Yeah, I get that.
Break it down for me. What does that even look like in practice?
So think of it this way.
Hmm.
Most of us
Yeah.
set these sort of reasonable goals.
Right.
Like, I'm going to increase my sales by 10% this quarter.
Okay.
Cardone says, nope, make it 100%.
Whoa.
You want to network with 10 new people?
Yeah.
Aim for 100.
Okay.
It's about pushing past your comfort zone.
Right.
Obliterating those self-imposed limits.
So it's not just about setting the bar higher.
It's about taking way more swings.
Exactly.
Okay.
Cardone's whole philosophy is built on the idea that massive action
Yeah.
is the key to breaking through the noise
Right.
and achieving extraordinary results.
I'm starting to see why this book is so popular.
Right.
It's definitely a kick in the pants.
Yeah.
But he doesn't stop at just telling us to work harder.
Uh-huh.
He also makes this really interesting point about success being our duty.
Right. I like that.
It's not just about what we want for ourselves.
Right.
It's about tapping into our full potential.
Mm-hmm.
Cardone argues
Yeah.
we have an obligation
Okay.
to ourselves
Yeah.
and even to the world
I like that.
to achieve what we're truly capable of.
So it's not just about getting that promotion
Right.
or landing that dream client,
Yeah.
because it would be nice. It's about going after it.
Yeah.
Because we owe it to ourselves to
Right.
reach our full potential.
Exactly.
I like that.
He even talks about his own turning point
Okay.
at age 25.
Mm.
When he shifted from this kind of aimless life
Right.
to a laser focus on success.
Okay.
It was like a switch flipped.
Wow.
And he realized he wasn't living up to his own potential.
I can see how that would be a game changer.
Yeah, for sure.
And this ties into another big idea in the book, right?
Yeah.
The shortage myth.
Yes.
Okay.
Cardone really dismantles this idea
Yeah.
that success is a limited resource.
Oh, interesting.
He's adamant that there's enough success to go around for everyone.
So it's not like a pie where if someone else gets a big slice, there's less for me.
Exactly.
Okay.
He uses the example of Warren Buffett.
Mm-hmm.
Just because Buffett is a financial whiz
Right.
doesn't mean you can't also achieve incredible financial success.
Right.
In
Yeah.
fact,
Yeah.
seeing someone else achieve what you want
Right.
should be inspiring,
Yeah.
not discouraging.
I think we've all fallen into that trap of
I
thinking,
just about it.
oh, that opportunity is gone, or
Yeah.
that market is too crowded.
Cardone would say
Yeah.
that's just an excuse.
Okay.
He points out
Mm-hmm.
how media
Yeah.
and even politicians
Right.
often perpetuate this scarcity mindset
Mm-hmm.
to create a sense of urgency
Right.
and dependency,
That's true.
but we don't have to buy into it.
Okay, so enough with the limiting beliefs.
Yeah.
But then he goes on to talk about the middle class as a trap.
He doesn't mince words, does he?
I'm sensing a theme here.
Yeah.
It's not pulling punches.
Cardone argues
Yeah.
that the middle class mentality
Mm-hmm.
encourages just enough thinking,
Okay.
which can lead to financial insecurity.
Right.
He uses statistics
Okay.
about middle class incomes
Yeah.
and the rising cost of living
Mm-hmm.
to make his point.
It's true that the idea of keeping up with the Joneses
Yeah.
can be a real drain on your finances and your
Right.
energy.
It's like you're always striving for just enough
Right.
instead of aiming for abundance.
I like that.
He even uses the term middle class squeeze,
Okay.
where wages don't keep up with inflation,
Mm-hmm.
making it harder and harder to get ahead.
So how do we break free from this just enough thinking?
Well, this is where things get really interesting.
Okay.
Cardone says we need to embrace obsession.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Isn't obsession usually seen as a bad thing?
He challenges that notion completely.
Okay.
Cardone reframes obsession as a powerful force, essential for achieving extraordinary results.
Okay.
He actually uses children as an example.
Kids and obsession?
Yeah.
I'm starting to see where this is going.
Think about how obsessed kids are
Yeah.
with their toys,
Mhm.
their games, their latest fascination.
Yeah.
They're completely absorbed in what they're doing.
Right.
And that, he argues,
Yeah.
is the level of commitment we
Wow.
need to bring to our goals.
So instead of shying away from our passions,
Right.
we should lean in,
Yeah,
get a little obsessed,
exactly. Cardone contrasts that childlike enthusiasm with how society often pressures us
Yeah.
to tone it down, to conform to normal levels of commitment.
Right.
But he's saying,
Okay.
no, be obsessed with your goals.
Wow.
That's how you make them happen.
I love that he's flipping the script on this idea of obsession.
Yeah, it's powerful.
It makes you think about how much we hold ourselves back by trying to fit in.
It's like we're conditioned to be afraid of standing out,
Yeah.
of being too passionate.
Right.
But Cardone is saying
Yeah.
that's exactly what we need to do to achieve 10x results.
Okay, so we're setting 10x goals,
Yes.
taking massive action,
Uh-huh.
embracing obsession. What could possibly come next?
Well, naturally, there's going to be some pushback.
Right.
So Cardone tackles the fear of criticism head on.
Okay.
And guess what? He sees it as a good thing.
Criticism is a good thing.
He does.
Most people run from it.
Cardone flips the script again. He says, the more you put yourself out there, the more visible you are,
Yeah.
the more criticism you're going to attract.
Okay.
And that's actually a sign you're on the right track.
So it's not about avoiding criticism.
Yeah.
It's about recognizing it as a sign of progress.
Exactly.
Okay.
He even argues that people who aren't taking action
Yeah.
are often the most critical.
Interesting.
It's like they're projecting their own insecurities onto those who are actually daring to achieve something.
Ooh, I've definitely experienced that.
Right.
You start pursuing a big goal,
Yeah.
and suddenly everyone has an opinion about it.
As Cardone would say,
Okay.
that's just noise. You have to tune it out
Right.
and stay focused on your mission.
Easier said than done, right?
I know.
But I can see how reframing criticism as a sign of progress could be really empowering.
He also tells some great stories
Oh, yeah?
about how he's been criticized throughout his career, especially as his success grew.
Right.
It's a reminder that even those at the top face pushback. It's just part of the process.
So criticism is inevitable.
It is.
Even welcome.
He says embrace it. Now, here's where I get a little confused.
Okay.
Cardone challenges this idea of customer satisfaction being the ultimate goal. Isn't that what we're all striving for?
Oh, it seems counterintuitive, right?
Yeah.
But Cardone makes a really compelling argument.
Okay.
He says that while customer satisfaction is important,
Right.
it shouldn't be the primary focus.
Okay, I'm listening.
He believes businesses should prioritize customer acquisition above all else. His reasoning is
Okay.
you can't satisfy customers you don't have.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So instead of obsessing over making your current customers happy,
Right.
you should be focusing on bringing in more customers.
Exactly.
Okay.
He even uses an example from his own experience doing mystery shopping for a client. Oh, interesting.
He was shocked by how many businesses didn't even attempt to close a sale.
Wow.
They were so focused on providing information
Right.
and being helpful
Yeah.
that they missed the whole point of being in business.
Like they were so afraid of seeming pushy that they didn't even ask for the business.
Right.
Yeah.
And Cardone would say,
Yeah.
that's a missed opportunity.
Okay.
He argues,
Yeah.
true customer satisfaction comes from delivering a great product or service, not just bending over backwards for existing customers.
Okay.
You have to get those customers in the door first.
It's a shift in perspective for sure.
It is.
Acquisition first, satisfaction second.
Right.
But how do you actually go about acquiring that many customers?
Well, this is where Cardone introduces the concept of omnipresence.
Now we're talking.
Omnipresence is about being everywhere all the time.
Right.
Think about essential resources like oxygen and water,
Okay.
or powerful brands like Coca-Cola or Google. They're ubiquitous. You can't escape them.
I get it.
Yeah.
So how do we apply that to our own businesses
That's
or
right.
personal brands?
Exactly.
How do we become the Coca-Cola of our industry?
That's the challenge, right?
Yeah.
It's about making yourself so visible,
Right.
so valuable,
Okay.
that you become indispensable in your field.
Interesting.
Cardone even talks about his own mission
All right.
to make his name synonymous with sales training.
Bro. Wow.
He wants people to immediately think Grant Cardone.
Right.
when they hear the phrase sales training.
That's bold.
It is.
Ambitious for sure, but that's the level of thinking he's advocating for. It's not about blending in, it's about standing out.
Right.
And it all ties back to that idea of massive action.
It does.
If you want to be omnipresent, you can't just dip your toes in the water.
Right.
You have to be everywhere all at once.
And that requires a level of effort
That's right.
that most people aren't willing to put in.
It does.
So we're back to that 10x effort.
Yeah, for sure.
Which brings us to another key takeaway from the book.
Okay.
Excuses are worthless.
Oh, Cardone is relentless on this point.
Yeah.
He says successful people simply don't make excuses.
Right.
They take full responsibility for their actions and outcomes.
It's about owning your mistakes and learning from them.
Right.
Not letting setbacks derail you.
Exactly.
He even uses a great analogy.
Oh, does he?
Imagine a power outage.
Okay.
Most people would just complain and blame the power company.
Right.
But a 10x thinker, they're already on the phone ordering a backup generator.
Yep.
They take control of the situation.
Yeah, they do.
It's that proactive mindset,
Right.
that refusal to be a victim of circumstance.
Right.
And it makes you wonder, what are some of the other traits that set successful people apart?
Well, luckily for us.
Cardone lays it all out in the final section of the book.
Oh, nice.
Where he outlines 25 traits of successful people.
All right, we may not have time to unpack all 25 today.
Right.
But let's dive into some of the most compelling ones. What really stood out to you?
Well, one that really resonates with me is persistence.
Oh, okay.
Successful people simply don't give up easily.
Right.
They understand that setbacks are inevitable, but they keep pushing forward no matter what.
It's that grit factor you hear so much about these days.
It is.
It's not about talent or luck.
No.
It's about staying in the game even when things get tough.
Exactly.
Okay.
Cardone gives some great examples in the book of people who faced incredible obstacles, but refused to give up on their dreams.
Oh.
They just kept going, kept taking action, and eventually they broke through.
That's inspiring, but also a bit intimidating.
I know.
It makes you realize how much of success is about mindset, not just circumstances.
Absolutely.
And that leads to another trait he emphasizes, the willingness to take risks.
Yes, big one.
Okay.
Successful people aren't afraid to step outside their comfort zones. They know that big rewards require bold moves.
So it's not about being reckless.
No.
It's about calculated risk-taking.
Right. It's about weighing the potential rewards against the potential downsides and then having the courage to go for it.
Right.
Cardone talks about how he's made some big bets in his career.
Okay.
And some of them haven't paid off.
Oh, wow.
But the ones that did have more than made up for the losses.
So you have to be willing to fail to learn from those failures and keep pushing forward.
Exactly.
He also talks about the importance of creating wealth, not just earning an income.
Yeah, this is a big one.
This is a big one.
Successful people think about building assets, investing, and generating multiple streams of revenue.
It's about playing the long game, not just living paycheck to paycheck, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It's about having that financial security and freedom to pursue your goals without constantly worrying about money.
Right.
And it's about building something that lasts,
Okay.
a legacy that goes beyond just your own lifetime.
I think that's something we all aspire to.
For sure.
But it can feel so overwhelming.
Yeah.
Where do you even start?
Cardone provides some great advice in the book about how to shift your mindset from earning to creating wealth.
Okay.
It starts with changing your relationship with money.
Okay, I'm all ears. How do we do that?
He talks about the importance of seeing money as a tool, not an end goal in itself. It's about using money to create the life you want, to build businesses, to invest in yourself and your future.
It's about taking control of your finances, not letting them control you. Another trait that jumped out at me was the power of commitment. Cardone is adamant that successful people are all in.
Yes.
They don't make half-hearted efforts.
Right.
It's that laser focus, that unwavering determination to achieve their goals. They're not just dabbling, they're fully dedicated.
Have you ever noticed that the people who achieve extraordinary things, they're not just talented or lucky. They're almost obsessed with what they're doing.
Yeah, I agree.
It's like they have this fire in their belly. This burning desire that fuels their actions.
I like that.
And that connects to another one of Cardone's key points.
Okay.
The importance of outworking everyone else.
All right. I knew this one was coming.
Yeah.
Hustle mentality.
Yeah.
But I have to admit, there's something to be said for putting in the time and effort.
There really is.
Yeah.
Cardone is a big believer in having a relentless work ethic. He says successful people are always willing to go the extra mile, to do what others aren't willing to do.
It's about showing up consistently.
Right.
Putting in the hours, even when you don't feel like it.
Exactly.
Okay.
He's not saying you need to burn yourself out.
Right.
But he is saying that success requires a certain level of dedication and hard work. You can't just coast along and expect amazing results.
It's about pushing yourself beyond your comfort zone, stretching those limits.
Right.
And it's not just about brute force either, right?
No.
Cardone also talks about the need to break traditional ideas.
Yeah, break the mold.
Okay.
To challenge the status quo.
That's what separates the innovators from the imitators.
Yes.
Successful people are willing to question assumptions, to experiment, to come up with new and better ways of doing things.
He uses Apple as an example, right?
It does.
They didn't just copy what other computer companies were doing.
Right.
They completely disrupted the industry.
Right.
By thinking differently.
And that's what allowed them to achieve such massive success.
That's right.
It's about having that why not attitude, that willingness to question the rules and rewrite them.
Exactly.
So it's about taking those 25 traits and incorporating them into your life.
Right.
That's right. But how do we do that in a way that feels authentic?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Not like we're just trying to copy someone else's formula for success.
That's the key, right?
Yeah.
It's about finding what works for you.
Okay.
What resonates with your values and goals.
Right.
You don't have to become a carbon copy of Grant Cardone.
Right.
But you can learn from his experiences and adapt his principles to your own life.
It's like taking the best parts of his philosophy and making them your own.
Exactly.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into the 10X rule, what are some key takeaways that our listeners can put into action today?
I think the biggest takeaway is that success is not a matter of luck or circumstance.
Right.
It's a result of taking massive action and adopting a 10X mindset.
Right.
It's about setting those audacious goals, being obsessed with your vision, and pushing through fear and criticism.
It's about believing in yourself,
Yeah.
even when others doubt you.
Exactly.
And it's about remembering that you are capable of so much more than you think.
That's right.
Cardone is basically giving us permission to dream bigger.
He is.
To aim higher and to take action that scares us.
It's a call to unlock our full potential.
Yeah.
To step up our game.
Right.
And achieve extraordinary results.
It's both exciting and a little daunting, right? This whole idea of 10Xing everything. It's like, where do you even begin?
Well, you can start anywhere.
Okay.
Like one area of your life where you want to see a big shift.
Okay.
Your career, relationships, health, anything.
So let's say someone is listening and they're thinking, all right, I'm ready to take my business to the next level. Okay. What would that first 10X step look like?
Well, instead of aiming for a 10% increase in sales, go for 100%. Want to connect with 10 new clients? Make it 100.
Okay.
Brainstorm 10 new marketing ideas?
Right.
Shoot for 100.
Okay.
The numbers are just the start.
Right.
It's about shifting your whole mindset to abundance and possibility.
It sounds a little crazy, but I can see how that kind of thinking would force you to get creative, to really push the boundaries of what you thought was possible.
That's exactly it.
Okay.
It gets you out of your comfort zone and forces you to think bigger, act bolder, and really stretch those entrepreneurial muscles.
So it's not just about working harder, it's about working smarter too.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Cardone talks a lot about the importance of strategy and focus.
Right.
It's not just about blind effort.
Yeah.
It's about channeling that energy in the right direction.
So you're not just spinning your wheels, you're actually making progress towards those big, audacious goals.
Exactly.
Okay.
And that's where those 25 traits come into play.
Right.
Persistence, risk-taking, commitment, outworking the competition, breaking traditional ideas.
Okay.
All of those traits contribute to that 10X success.
It's like a toolkit for achieving extraordinary results.
It is.
But let's be real.
Okay.
It's not always going to be easy.
No.
There will be setbacks.
Right.
There will be doubts.
Yeah.
What advice does Cardone give for navigating those inevitable challenges?
He talks a lot about the importance of mindset.
Okay.
It's about cultivating that unwavering belief in yourself and your vision,
Right.
even when things get tough.
So when that little voice in your head starts whispering, you can't do this, you have to shut it down.
Exactly. Cardone would say that's fear talking.
Yeah.
And fear is the enemy of success.
Yeah.
He encourages us to reframe those negative thoughts, to see challenges as opportunities for growth and learning.
It's about turning that I can't into I will, right?
Exactly.
And it's about surrounding yourself with people who support your vision, who lift you up and challenge you to be your best self.
He talks a lot about that.
It's about building that network of mentors, collaborators, and cheerleaders who will help you stay on track when things get tough.
That's right.
The 10X Rule is definitely a book that stays with you long after you finish reading it.
I agree.
It's challenging. It's inspiring. And it's a little bit intimidating all at the same time.
And that's the mark of a truly impactful book.
Right.
It makes you think differently.
Yeah.
It pushes you to step outside your comfort zone.
Right.
And it gives you the tools to create the life you want.
So for our listeners who are ready to embrace the 10X challenge, what's one concrete step they can take today to start applying these principles in their own lives?
Here's a challenge for you.
Okay.
Pay attention to those moments when you feel yourself hesitating, holding back, or letting fear dictate your decisions.
Okay.
And in those moments, ask yourself, what would the 10X version of myself do?
I love that. It's such a simple question.
It is.
But it can have a profound impact on how we approach our goals and ultimately how we live our life.
Remember, success is not a destination.
Right.
It's a journey.
Okay.
And the 10X Rule provides a roadmap for navigating that journey with purpose, passion, and a whole lot of hustle.
So there you have it.
All right.
A deep dive into the 10X Rule.
Good stuff.
We've covered a lot of ground today, from setting audacious goals to taking massive action, to embracing the power of obsession.
It's a good one.
We hope you've gleaned some valuable insights and are feeling fired up to apply the 10X principles in your own life.
That's right.
And as always, we'd love to hear from you.
Absolutely.
Have you read the 10X Rule?
Give us your take.
Are you already a 10Xer in the making?
Let us know.
Share your thoughts and experiences with us on social media.
Right.
Until next time.
Yeah.
Keep diving deep.
Keep going.
And keep pushing those limits.